you.
And may all your troubles be little ones.
Oh, it's a bit late for that.
It's never too late, madam. At least that's what I always say.
Would you like a glass, mate? You're welcome.
Oh, no, thank you, sir. I'd be skipping about like a baby fawn all night if I did.
Oh.
Would you like a glass, mate?
I was only being matey.
We're not being matey today, Stan. We're being very snooty today. Cheers again, love.
Cheers.
Ooh. Hey, do you really think I look smashing?
I said so, didn't I?
Like on us first honeymoon, such as it were.
Better.
Oh, flatterer.
You know, I thought you looked a bit skinny our first honeymoon.
You said I looked like Rita Hayworth.
I never.
Oh, you did. And you kept crooning that old black magic in my hero. Even in the Cardoma in Blackpool.
Well, I don't remember.
Oh, I do. I remember everything.
Oh, women always do, don't they?
Yeah. Going to my head already. Still, that's the idea, isn't it? Oh, do you know, Stan? I still can't hardly believe it. Fabulous hotel, champagne, dinner for two. Probably be prawn cocktails and all that. Oh, it's like a dream come true.
I wonder who's in Rovers now.
Well, whoever it is, I'll bet they were wishing they was here.
Oh.
Do you really think I look smashing?
I said so, didn't I?
Well, I feel smashing. Don't you?
I feel all right,
Well, give us a kiss, then.
Hey?
You heard? Come on, you daft aper. 'Tis the second honeymoon, you know, not the first. Although, as I remember, you wasn't all that backward at coming forward then.
What's that lipstick taste of?
Woman, Stanley. Woman.
Will you two shut that door? It's blowing a rotten gale in here. It's God's good fresh air, Rita. It's what the likes of us need. Good fresh air, petrol fumes, and a touch of the gasworks. What are you doing, any road? I'm helping him, aren't I? On account of him being illiterate and only able to read pictures.
Come on, let me find this.
Look, if I say I've seen it, I've seen it. Look, here it is. HCB pram for sale. Cream and brown. Hardly used. No reasonable offer refused. Apply within. And that's her, Mrs. Within.
Could I have the name and address, please?
Honest.
Well, of course, honest. There'll be a little gem by the time I finish with it.
Hey, does Deirdre know?
Look, I'm the romantic type. I like to give me missus surprises. What I go for, she goes for. Now, come on, be a good girl. Give me that address.
Miss Sunderland. Miss Sunderland. You'd better watch yourself.
Oh, will you do us a favour and belt up?
16 Meadow Avenue. Off Upper Edward Street behind Town Hall.
I live round here, you know.
And you had seen you before?
Ta.
See you. Does he really think Deirdre'll go for a second-hand prom? Well, you heard what he said. What he goes for, she goes for. They know naught about us, do they? Naught. And let's hope and pray they never find out.
Oh, do you mind?
What?
Well, all that touching and breathing, it's putting me off my game.
Well, I can see some it is.
Come on, Mr. T, I'm waiting for you to play. One false move and wham.
Hold your sweat, you.
You want to play your double three.
Will you shut up, woman, telling him what I've got?
Oh, very shrewd, Dom, that. Very crafty.
You see?
However, I'm sorry to have to tell you that your shoes let in water because you can't go now, can you?
You hang on a minute.
Listen, if you've got a domino you can play, I'll plait sawdust.
I told you to play your double three.
Oh, shut up, woman. What would Montgomery have done to tell other men if you'd been there nattering in his ear hole?
He'd have played his double three. According to my instructor, using your clutch and accelerator is just a question of rhythm, which, of course, he says I do have. But then Jack and I were very well known for our skill on the dance floor.
Well, I can't tell a waltz from a tango, Mrs. Walker, but I used to drive a tank when we were at Army.
Driving a tank is a very different thing from driving a car on the road, Fred. After all, a tank is an offensive weapon.
It seems to me that a lot of folk don't know the difference, Annie.
A point well taken, Alf.
Betty, what was the name of that fishman what fancied you?
Fishman?
Yeah, you remember he fetched your salmon that time.
Bert Goslin, and he was a master fishmonger.
Hey, I thought they only had master butchers and bakers.
And fishmongers.
All right, so he's the highest-ranking fishman in the land. Is he still around?
Far as I know. What?
Does he still fancy you?
I haven't the faintest idea. I've not seen him for months. What's brought this sudden interest on?
I just happened to be making this course a little supper for me and this friend tonight,
Friend,
who doesn't eat meat,
That you're trying to impress.
who does like lobster.
which does cost the earth, and that's the reason why you're asking me.
If you still have friendly relations with our local friendly fishman, yes.
I've never had relations with Bert Goslin, friendly or otherwise. I've never encouraged him in the slightest.
If you had done, she might have got a free lobster.
Well, I've only got one suggestion to make. Give him tin crab, or find yourself a bloke with less expensive taste.
Hey, I've got less expensive taste. I'll make do with a bacon butty. I've got a night off and out to do with it.
Are you 6'2" tall, with dark hair going elegantly silver at the sides and a voice like Richard Burton's?
No.
No. Neither is he. Your next-door neighbour's a 35-year-old widow and you're complaining about her keeping ends. You want to get round there with a bunch of flowers, get yourself invited to homegrown breakfast.
She must weigh 16 stone if she weighs an ounce.
So close your eyes and think of them lovely double yolks.
Look, I do manage to get me thoughts above my stomach sometimes, you know.
You could have fooled me.
So, oh, hello there.
See you. Ta-ra. Hey, you know, he's a right nibbler on quiet him. Do you know, I bet he goes through a pound of toffees a day when he's not on one of his diets. Talk about extremes.
Glad you're not going to intrude, Mrs. Walker, and I'm glad you're not going to offer me any advice. Thank you very much.
All I am going to say is this. There are times when we feel as though we are sailing through storms and tempests, when in reality they are nothing but a few scattered showers.
Thanks for the weather forecast. Very helpful.
Same again, Chuck.
Oh, no, thank you. If I have another, I'll be seeing double. And on a miserable November afternoon like this, one Mavis Riley's enough for anybody.
Betty, same again all round, please, love.
Did you do pottery?
Oh, well, no, I wasn't very good. I tried, but I never got onto the wheel. When I tried, everything just went wobbly.
How do you mean wobbly?
Well, you see, if you don't get it just right, you get this terrible wobble.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that on telly, and it goes all blur.
Oh, mine went blur all the time. I did make an ashtray, but I don't smoke, so it's never used.
Well, that's the best about having a shop, really. I mean, I can keep open till about 10 o'clock. Might as well, it is company, like yourself. Oh, what is it you wanted?
Well, if the truth were told, I probably came in for the company, subconsciously, but consciously, I want a steak and kidney pie.
An individual steak and kidney pie?
Don't say it like that.
It's very exciting for me, this. Because there's something about French people I like. I find them sort of,
Sympathique?
what?
Sympathique. It means you get on, you feel an affinity.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sympathique. Like I should have been born French, do you know? Instead of in Eccles.
Oh, well, never mind. I'm sure there's a lot of Frenchmen wishing they'd been born in Eccles.
They aren't, Ken. I mean, I can't prove it. I just feel it in my water.
So, how much French do you know?
Nothing.
Oh, I bet you do. You think.
Well, I know what baguettes are, and, well, coffee's cafe, red wine's Vin Rouge. Oh, and I met a Frenchman in coffee who taught me how to say, isn't it a lovely day today?
So, there you are. You're not a complete novice.
Well, I am really.
No. I think you'll find there's a lot of words you know as we go on. OK, let's start at the beginning. Bonjour, Raquel.
Oh, yeah, I know that. Bonjour, Ken.
Oh, good. Je m'appelle Ken.
All right, yeah. Say it again.
Je m'appelle Ken.
Je m'appelle.
Good.
Je m'appelle Raquel.
Good.
And je m'appelle Ken.
Let's not go too fast. No, you're doing very well. Bonjour, Raquel. Je m'appelle Ken.
Bonjour, Ken. Je m'appelle Raquel.
Excellent. That's very good. Really is good. Right, now, let's put a sentence together. I want you to say to me in French, hello, Ken. My name is Raquel. Isn't it a lovely day today? Okay?
Oh, clever. Well, here goes. Bonjour, Ken. Je m'appelle Raquel. Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir? Oh, Oh, Ken. Isn't it important? Communication. Oh, I feel Dad sympathy, me.
You remember that night, sir? After we took your drunken mate home, we went and got some fish and chips and went back to your dad's place, eh?
Oh, yeah. Started raining, I said, come on, let's go in shed. Your eyes. Lust.
You couldn't stop giggling.
I know, because I was nervous. It was my first time.
Aye. My first time, too.
Oh, I know.
What do you mean, you know? You said I'd seem like a lady killer.
I never.
You did. I remember. We were laying on the floor on them spud bags. And you looked up at me and said, "You seem like a lady killer. Please be gentle with me."
No. I said, you look like that lady killer. Well, it were dark in there. And, well, he had that look of that Christie bloke. You know, that wallpapered all them women into his kitchen. Oh, have I bruised your ego? Here, have me pickled onion. You were very good, though, considering it was your first time. I mean, I'd never known if you hadn't jumped up and shouted, "At last!" No, I'd never known.
Oh, hello, curly lad. What can I get you?
Indigestion tablets, please.
Oh, you do look a bit peaky.
Oh, I feel terrible. I've got nausea, headaches. My stomach is that bloated I can't keep anything down.
Oh, that's dreadful.
And Emma, she just says, oh, it's a stomach bug.
Oh, I know. Angela was just the same, you know. I mean, I'd have to be lying in an operating theatre, spurting blood like the Trevi Fountain before she'd take my ailment seriously.
Please.
Oh, I'm sorry, curly lad. I shouldn't have said that. Come on.
Jack, are you in there? Jack!
Get out at road. Jack Duckworth, you idle good for nothing.
Hi, babe.
Jack?
They call me Jake, sweetheart. What do they call you? Angel?
What's this?
Well, what does it look like? I made us some tea.
What for?
Well, we needed something to eat, so I made us something to eat.
We never make tea.
I make tea as often as you make tea.
Yeah, which is never. We usually make our own, or we go and get some chips.
What is your problem? I've made us something to eat.
Is this supposed to be an apology?
What?
Is this your way of saying sorry?
Sorry for what?
You know what?
I've got nothing to say sorry for. In fact, if any one of us should be saying sorry, then it's you.
And how'd you work that out?
Look, I didn't tell you the truth because I didn't want to get you upset. I didn't want us to have a big row, but you! You have to start playing games with me and trying to humiliate me. You know what's something that I wanted to keep a lid on? You had to make into a big flaming row.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realise that all this was my fault.
Well, why don't you try and be a little bit more understanding?
Oh, why don't you try and take the blame for once in your life?
The blame for what?
For this! You didn't have to lie to me. You could have told me the truth. I pushed my luck. I lost my job. I'm sorry. See, it's not that difficult, is it?
Steve, remind me exactly whose side you are on.
You know what? If you were working for me and done half the things that Joe said you'd done, I'd have sacked you and all. I could have hit me.
You know what? It was meant to.
Well, it's a good job you're as good a throw as you are a cock.
And I'm not cleaning it up.
Well, neither am I.
Well, fine.
Fine.
You were star for all I care.
I tell you, Kenneth, you'd better learn to enjoy other people's misfortunes, or you'll have a very unhappy old age.
Are you still trying to sell tickets to hear that lassie of yours squawking?
She does not squawk.
I heard her last night. Rattled me fillings, it did.
Her music teacher said she's got the voice of an angel.
Well, there won't be any queues outside at the gate of heaven if that racket's all they've got to look forward to.
Hey, what's this?
Tickets for Greece.
Oh, what were your lass?
Hey, I love Greece, me. Go on, we'll have a couple of tickets.
Hey, I'm not going.
For me and Chesney. After what you did to Rita. You can get stuffed. I'd rather it were empty than have a pie-faced slapper like you in.
Well, I don't suppose any of us will be able to show our faces in the Rovers again after last night.
Excuse me, you're worried about the pub when Tracy could end up in prison?
I've already lived through the shame of having my daughter go to jail without having to go through it all again at my time of life.
Yes, well, right now, that's the least of my problems.
And do you really think that folk won't be wondering just how innocent Deirdre really was when all this comes out?
I don't believe you've just said that.
It's only what others will be thinking, that you'll be telling Tracy to flutter her eyelashes and make out that it's all the fella's fault.
Oh, will you shut your nasty little mouth?
I beg your pardon.
Ken?
No, I'm sick of it, Deirdre. You don't care who you hurt with your wicked tongue, not even your own family. And you just come out with the first bit of foolish nonsense that comes into your head, and the more vicious and hurtful it is, the better. And never mind that it's usually total nonsense. Causing pain is all that matters to you.
Ken, please.
No, this has needed saying for long enough. And I'll tell you what. If this business becomes common knowledge, there will be ignorant people making stupid remarks. Well, I'll not have them in my house!
The show must go on. This is just first-night nerves. All top stars suffer from it. I remember seeing somebody on Parkinson. Well, it's been Dame Judi Dench, I'm not sure. Anyway, it was somebody classically trained, top of her profession. And she said she vomited before every performance. She had to keep a bucket in wings. Now, if it's good enough for Dame Judy, it's good enough for Rosie Webster.
Where's Fred?
Oh, he's not in today.
Then you'll have to do. I want to make a booking.
Oh, yeah?
I'm reserving the table under the TV for 8 o'clock. Don't let anyone watch any other channels. Our quiz show is on, and they'll be hell to pay if I miss it.
Well, I'm sure there will be, Blanche, but I can't reserve it for you. It's against Fred's rules.
It's what?
Well, he hates music and tellies in the pub. We're only allowed to put it on when England are playing.
That's small-minded, petty behaviour. You could let us if you wanted to. Your sort shouldn't be in a position of responsibility.
Oh, shouldn't my sort?
You're power mad.
Don't speak to me like that, Blanche, as I'll bar you.
I said you're power mad. You'll not bar me. You're boycotted. I wouldn't come in here again if you were handing out free nuts.
Hey, Deirdre, who do you reckon out of the four of us fellas would fancy?
I've got very good legs.
Good for you.
Ken likes my legs. In fact, he likes everything about me. He's lovely. I do love him.
No.
What's the trouble?
Me nerves. They're shot to bits. Have you any idea what it's like keeping two grown men and a Great Dane satisfied?
No.
And then there's little Chesney and all. Not that there's any trouble really, but put it all together and oh, my life.
Well, they do say that some herbal infusions can be beneficial. Chamomile tea.
I can't drink too much tea. Weak bladder, see. I'm a martyr to me waterworks.
Well, yoga is reputed.
Yoga? You'd not get me in one of them leotards. Don't matter how good you figure, always looks like someone forgot to say when. Even Jerry Halliwell looked like half hundredweight to notice like.
You all right, Mum?
Oh, don't expect an answer from Contrary Mary. She changes her mind more often than her sheets. Not that that's saying much.
Grant, I don't think Mum wants to listen to this. Haven't you got that funeral to go to or something?
All right, I know when I'm not wanted. But I'll say this. Ken'll only go down on one knee so many times. In fact, if you leave it much longer, he won't be able to get up again without help. So think on.
What you got there?
It's from Iana. She's in Fallaraki. These come yesterday, they were on side.
Oh, don't blame me. Jess must have picked up the post. Who the others from?
Iana! Let her loose on Bar Street, you're going to need more than one postcard. Sounds like waiters have old chit-chat. Pitter-patter, she calls it.
Oh, aye. Do they need it with her?
Stuffed olives?
What?
Not what, where? Hang on. Fetta's a sort of cheese, isn't it?
Semi-soft goat's cheese, I believe.
Filthy there. Last time I had a ploughman's round her house.
she is now, the newly devoted daughter.
Are you drunk?
Damn right I'm drunk. The only sensible option in this madhouse.
Pathetic. A man of your age weaving about like an old wino.
Shouldn't you be knitting under a guillotine somewhere?
I beg your pardon.
You really are a miserable old bat, aren't you?
Ken! I'm not standing here listening to this.
It was romance, a dream come true. That perfect honeymoon along with you in room 504.
Shut up.